Well, good morning, everybody. I'm probably not going to be on that long. I just wanted to do a quick garden update, maybe answer a few questions. I want to make a couple of announcements pertaining to Okies Eden and Okies Hustle. But I just want to give you a quick update on some of the garden stuff going on. So you guys all know I cleared out my asparagus patch, okay? And then I did pull that one plant today. That finally produced its last jalapeno. That's my compost pile from last year. These asparagus plants are almost, I'm 6'3", okay? These are about 5'8", 5'9". So that's all for gathering in all of the energy from the sun, and that is sending it to the roots for winter storage. And before you ever grow asparagus, just know something. They are bullies. Just know that going in. I keep trying, I'm gonna have to tie these off. I keep twisting them and putting them, having them, they fight against each other, and they just keep trying to tip over on the other stuff. But as you can see, there's some green bell peppers, my Tabasco, I got pimento, I got some other jalapenos. But yeah, asparagus plants are bullies. They just keep tipping over on everything. But like I said, these are over 5 foot tall now, these bushes, and they fern out. This isn't dill, this is actually asparagus. So just so you guys know, I went to the store yesterday and I bought 10 asparagus. I got home, I counted them, I had 11. It was a spare, I guess. You're welcome. There's my new pumpkin patch. I just wanted to give everybody a quick update because I know when I put these videos out that are edited, you don't always see the growth, but this is real time. So these are probably well over 6 feet. Hey, Chef said. Hope you just got my my dad joke, my asparagus joke. But yeah, these are growing fast. My peppers. This is my other part of the pumpkin patch. So these are all running and I'm training them. You can see my posts, my little stabs there in the ground. Now I'm going to be placing all of my pallets over here. And here's what happens with pumpkins. So this one here, this plant's been here since May. So this one here is shooting again. So this one run, that run is probably almost 20 feet long now. And you can see baby pumpkin there. There's one, I don't know if you can see it. It's right down in there though. Hey, Spongy. And I don't always mow behind here, so you'll see. Guess what? I have a 15-foot runner. That just happened this last 3 or 4 days. So I'll have to get a pallet outside here. I'm not gonna try to move it back in because I want it to produce. I'm not gonna take a chance of breaking it. I have to weed in here by the potatoes, but my potato plants are coming up. I know you're all surprised I grow potatoes. This is all gonna be new potato production this fall. Pardon me, I have an ant biting me. Here's the pumpkins in real time. The ones that are the big ones, there's that one. 2 and 3 over there. I just harvested a bunch. So these are over 6 feet now. These are taller than I am. I'm 6'3". This is taller than me now. There's my pumpkins that are really changing color. I keep rotating them every day or so. Come over here. Like I said, I'm doing this because when I do an edited video, it's not real time. And then there's my other one. That one there grew kind of wonky. It's not even round. It's kind of ovalish, but the bottom's not flat. It's weird. But it's Oklahoma, so it's expected to be weird. Now, the fun began yesterday. I came out. I cleaned out my one raised bed. I put in some new dirt. I raked it around with my little rake there. Planted 4 herbs. No rain in the forecast. None. So I came out and I watered everything. I planted, I watered these to set the seeds. 8 o'clock, we get a huge thunderstorm out of the blue. It was all unexpected. Nobody even saw it coming. So here's my garden here. You can see my green beans. My radishes, I'm sorry, my beets are not coming up yet. Rain washed a green bean all the way over here and there. And, oops, I tripped. Here is my radishes, if you can see those, I hope. And then more green beans that got wonky because of the rain. Crazy stuff. But that's it. And I'm just going to come over here and check. 3 days ago, I planted these pumpkins. And let's see what's going on. Hopefully no birds got in there and dug around. But yeah, nothing yet on that mound. I'll give it another week because they're supposed to be 7 to 14 days germination. Nothing happens. Then if nothing happens, then nothing happens. All right, let me do this real quick. Just sit tight for a second, please. Let me get you a picture of the garden here so you don't have to stare at my mug. All right. Hopefully everybody can see me. I just want to show you this real quick. That was my harvest this morning before I started doing the video. We're having our party on Saturday and we needed some cucumbers. So I was asked this morning, hey, do I need to pick up any cucumbers? So I said, I don't think so. I got the jalapenos and some really nice cucumbers. A couple of those won't make it. They won't even make it inside the house. So today is the night I have my grandson tonight. So I wanted to do a quick live. And then I have a quick one later on Okies Hustle just to talk about some stuff. And then I'm going to try to watch everybody's lives tonight and watch their streaming stuff tonight. But here's just some of the stuff. I wanted to show everybody real time how the garden's doing. I've got more stuff planted, so it will start greening up again. In about a month, that whole center section will be all green again with potatoes and green beans and beets and everything. I do have my potato plants inside sprouting. They started on June 20th. And they're another test. I do tests. I'm trying to perfect the growing of the indoor potato and other items. I have my grow lights and stuff and my potato bags. I'm trying to perfect that. Thank you, Chef Zed. And I'm also doing the chitting process. And hey, after dark, I'm chitting some more potatoes. I have 14 or 15 inside that have sprouted, and they're all baby reds. So hopefully another week, the sprouts will be big enough, strong enough. I'm going to bring them out, and I'll do I'm going to plant them circular because I'm not going to mound those like an indeterminate potato. I'm going to do the determinate style where I'm just going to put them in like this big bed, and then I'm just going to let this huge, it's going to be 14 potatoes planted in a huge circle, and then I'll put posts and a string around it, and then when it's ready to harvest, I can just go out and I can just dig that whole hill up and see how it goes. Oh, thank you, After Dark. This is my other one. I have 2 of these printed shirts. It's become a joke in my family now. My son loves them. He wears them all the time. So now it's been a kind of a running joke in my family. They got me one with the Sasquatch, the blue one, for Father's Day and stuff like that. But hey, it's fun. I did farm to table soup yesterday using my bean seeds. I told you I was going to do that. It was a test. It came out great. I used my garlic, my onions, green bean seeds that I had dried. Then I had to soak them overnight, rinse them. Then I simmered them with my chicken stock that I made in the spring that I had frozen. And it was so everything, garlic, onions, beans, my chicken stock, everything. And it came out really, really good. And I only did it according to what I wanted for my flavorings. Family brand, yeah. So that's right. So, to me, it tastes great. I love bean soup. And yes, it's not navy bean soup. It is not pinto beans. It's not black-eyed peas or anything like that. But I grew them. Yeah, that's what my son does, yeah. And it's delicious. And actually, I'd used a little brown butter because I sauteed everything in the brown butter first, including the beans before I cook them. I get a little color on them. I let them saute a little bit. Look up what is it? The Maillard reaction. I don't know how you say it. It's where you brown stuff. It browns the proteins and stuff, and that's why toast. When you sear meat, when you brown your toast, when you brown up your onions, it gives them a sweetness. It breaks down some stuff. It's called the Maillard or something like that. I can't remember the exact name of it. That's right, they're my trademark. Oh, then the hat, I just didn't feel like putting a hat on. I'm not gonna be out in the garden today. I just picked some stuff real quick. It's too wet in there. I just walked through and did that quick update, and my shoes are all dirt and mud. It rained really hard last night, which was great. We needed it. I didn't really I watered lightly, but so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to do cowboy candy, so stick around. I'm going to do a video of that and hopefully release that over the weekend. I have a party coming up over the weekend I'm making it for. The backwards hat, that's right. Well, I'm a backwards kind of guy, so I might as well wear a backwards hat. Cowboy candy is just taking a little vinegar with water. So it's equal parts sugar, water. I don't put as much vinegar in, so I use a little more water, a little less vinegar. And then you simmer that. You get so you melt all of the sugar, and it all dissolves. I'm going to try some brown sugar this time. And then you just put your green jalapenos in. I don't take the seeds out, leave the seeds in that's my opinion. You want a little spice. The seeds have a lot of spice to them. And you just simmer it for 20-25 minutes. It will go from this vibrant, deep green of the jalapeno to what you would see in a pickled jalapeno jar when you go to the grocery store. The simmering will change the color. It'll become a dull green, and then you know it's pretty much done. But then you just let them simmer for a while. Don't let them simmer too long, they'll get mushy. And then what I do is I scoop them out with a slotted spoon, and then I just continue to let that the syrup continue to boil down so it's thicker. And then you just fill a mason jar with that and the jalapenos. Oh, you put it on hamburgers, you put it on a sandwich, you put it over your eggs. It's an awesome condiment. If you've never had it before, I'll do the video. I'll probably release it for Saturday or Sunday because I have my party on Saturday and we have guests over the weekend. So I'm not going to get a lot of stuff done on the YouTube universe. Yes. I'm not sure. So you'd have to be careful after dark putting it in the cornbread just because of the liquid. I put, what I would probably do is do the cornbread and then pour it over the top. And then I like the liquid. So I'll put the liquid in the drink. If I have, if I have an adult beverage. Hey, Missy, how you doing? So if you have an adult beverage, say you have a martini or something like that. Some people put in olives. There are some that put in banana peppers. My son and I have done jalapenos. And sometimes we put a little bit of the juice in there. So what I'll do is, you'll mix your drink and then you just put a teaspoon of that in there and it gives it a little bit of spice. You can garnish it with one of the jalapenos, or if you just want it in your orange juice or something, that's fine too. But yeah, it is really, cowboy candy is delicious. I'll probably have it released for Sunday at some point. So if you want to see, cowboy candy is super simple, but the thing that's cool about it is it's my jalapenos. So it's farm to table. And that's what I'm trying to do more of, is more farm to table. Remember, Friday, July 18th, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, Teacher Kelly tags. We're doing a live. Hey, Spongy. We're doing another live collaboration with Teacher Kelly. She's awesome. She was just on a little while ago. She has one later today. Go watch that. She was worried that ours might collide. The one I'm doing on Okies Hustle is not going to be long. It's going to be maybe 15-20 minutes. I have some data to share because I always said when I have new data on growth, on ideas for YouTube that I see that work or don't work, I come on immediately and do it. So I have that data, and I'm not gonna edit a video and have it come out next week. If I can share it with you today, and then if you can use it in a video this week, then you can share it in a video this week. Like I said, I do have my grandson tonight, so hopefully if you have a live going on, I can watch it. If not, I will restream it. I have 2 TVs in my phone, so tonight's my night where I get to spend, it's one of my great nights. I get to babysit my grandson all night. And then I get to stream on different TVs and my phone, all of my friends and co-subscribers, or whatever you want to call content creators. I get to watch all of their stuff and run some of their videos. So I get to do that. So that's awesome. I told this at the beginning. I don't know if everybody saw it, but I did go to the grocery store and I did buy 10 asparagus. When I came home, I counted. I had 11. It was a spare, I guess. Anyways, and then Misty's Pleasures of Life is going to be next Wednesday. I forget the time. It's on there. I put it in a community post that it escapes me. I think it's 2 p.m. Central Time, I think. Don't quote me on that. Hey, Nicola Recipes. And I just wanted to say this. You know, a lot of people, they question, they'll ask me sometimes, well, what was the brainchild behind all of Okies? This started years ago. This was a childhood thing. I grew up in the back country. We had one of 9. I'm one of 9 siblings. We grew our own food, cut our own firewood. You know, it was an agricultural form of life. I worked on a farm for years with my cousins. I milked cows. You name it, I did it. I've helped birth cows. I've helped butcher chickens for food. I've done all of that stuff, seen it all, done it all. And it just brings back memories. I'm not doing any of that anymore. I just want to do gardening, because this garden is kind of paying homage to my father, who passed away from Alzheimer's years ago. He used to love, that's why I do potatoes and green beans, not only because I love them, but that's what he grew the best and the most, and that's who I learned how to grow potatoes and green beans from. That's why I really push green beans and potatoes if you're a homesteader, because they're easy to grow. You know, weeds can't overtake them. And when I'm out here in the morning, you know, there's dew. This grass is all dew. It rained last night. My dad, I don't do religious or political talk, but he had a song. You all remember this, I'm sure, even if you never went to church or never claimed any form of religion. But the song is In the Garden, where I come to the garden alone when the dew is still on the roses. That was one of his favorite songs, and I hum that when I'm out here often, because it's a cool memory. You know, remember your parents. You know, and it's a great way to honor, you know, what you once had. So that's why I do this mainly, and then also to feed my family and friends and stuff if they need it. But there's a lot of thought that went into this, and you'll see somebody mentioned on one of my other videos earlier that I always have stuff growing differently, blah blah blah. You know, it was a positive comment, and it's due because what I have here is the zone I'm in southern Oklahoma. Sorry, I'm missing some comments. Yeah, I know. I miss mine too, Nicola. You know, it's just one of those things. You know, life and death. That's things that are just going to happen. But you know, that's if we can remember them, and it brings joy when you think of stuff that we used to do and how. Well, tonight, my video. I think I have a video releasing tonight on me in the garden planting some stuff, and I kept telling everybody, if you want to see what I'm really like in real life, if you want to see how I work with people, how I talk to people, how I interact with myself throughout the day in my garden and with other people, tonight's the video you want to watch. Shenanigans, just dumb stuff I talk about, and stupid jokes that just when they come into my head, I say them, and then I crack myself up. And they always make fun of me because I'll tell a joke, and they always laugh, and they'll say, it wasn't funny, why are you laughing? And I'm like, I thought it was hilarious. Well, they always tell me, you know, if you laugh at your own jokes, it wasn't funny. Well, I can't help it. I find myself amusing and funny, so deal with it. It's my channel. But yeah, tonight, and then I have a pretty funny short coming out with it. I think they're releasing at the same time. But anyways, that comment going to my garden, talking about my garden, was I have stuff popping all the time. Because in this zone, you know, being from upstate New York, one of the problems living in upstate New York or the great Northeast, which believe me, I love the Northeast, some of the best country in the world, beautiful. But their grow season, you know, if you can start in early May, you're lucky. And then you only have till early September. So you got that really short, small window of time where you can quickly grow and harvest. And what happens is, if you lose a harvest, if you're trying to plant stuff and you lose it, you may not get another opportunity to grow take another shot at it. Now, sometimes you do get lucky and have a longer growing season. And you can plant it so where you're getting multiple if you plant it right. So that's why I do what I call that stagger planting. That's awesome. And so what I do is I'll plant, like just the other day, I planted my beans, beets, radishes. Well, a month ago I planted beans, beets, radishes. Well, then I got to harvest those radishes and those beets. Now, next week, 2 weeks later, I'll plant more beans, radishes, and maybe turnips in a different section. So when one section's, you know, harvesting, I have another section growing and another one just behind that, and then I replant that section. So that's why I am on, this is my 5th grow this year of my radishes, because I started them in March. I got my first harvest. I had another one's growing 2-3 weeks after that I planted, and then 2 and 3 weeks after that. So I'm on my 5th grow. Well, I'm very glad. I hope it is inspiring. That's what I try to do, because so just the other day, I talked about this. We had a tornado in 2024, wiped out the, just up the road here, the storm. It took out the grocery store. So there you go, your grandchildren can help you. And so now, if you want groceries, you got to go 30 miles north or south. And a lot of the elderly people that just don't have good transportation, or their health isn't, they could just have somebody drive them a minute to the store. Now they got to, you know, they got to plan their whole day around it. And now, the other day, they had at the one DG up here, the little store, where you can still get a lot of groceries if you need it. It's been a lifesaver for many people, because they've had AC problems. They've shut it down for a week. They just told everybody, you know, we're shutting it down because the AC doesn't work. It's too hot in there. It gets almost 100 degrees inside. They can't keep the food cool, the eggs and the milk. So that's, last year was when I decided, you know, I have a small garden, but now I'm gonna make it bigger, because nobody is gonna make me wait for food. If I need vegetables or something, I'll have it. So I have 40 pounds of potatoes in a box in my storage room, just sitting there, and I eat off those all the time. I'll have more to add to it here shortly, and that'll carry me through the winter. It is, Michaela. Yeah, I like potatoes because the more you can compost the ground. When I started Okies Eden, I was getting about 1 pound per potato. When I planted 1 seed potato, I'd get about 1 pound. I'm pushing almost averaging 3 pounds now. So next year, if I can plant 100 plants and really compost that soil good and really take care of them and watch them, and I'm gonna cultivate and aerate because I'm gonna leave more room, I'm hoping for 3 pounds or more, because that would yield me 300 pounds of potatoes for one household. I can give those away to my community. We have the elderly, they have a food bank up there for them. I could give them to them. I do contests on Facebook, our Facebook marketplace here, where I put a box on the table, take a photo, people guess the exact weight, they win the potatoes, so on and so forth. But yeah. Yeah, that's great, Makala. That's awesome. Yeah, if you can, grow, baby, grow is all I can say, because you know, number one, I can come out here at any time. Okay, I'll pick up a potato if I'm digging them, and you've seen me do it. I'll wipe off the dirt and I'll eat it right on camera. If I pull a carrot out, I eat it on camera. I ate asparagus the other day. I just broke one off, ate it. I'll eat a pepper, whatever, because I don't spray. I don't even use, people say, well, spray using vinegar, Dawn, and something else around your garden, you don't have to weed. I don't even do that. So there's no chemicals in this garden. This is all just food peelings. Now, mind you, I know food I've purchased has, you know, stuff on it when they spray, and I get that. And then that gets in my soil. But I think that's such a trace amount over time, I don't think it's gonna matter. But hey, I'm 60 years old. I've lived a great life. I'm pretty darn healthy for my age, honestly, and I feel great. So if I'm ingesting some stuff that, you know, wasn't meant for mankind and it kills me, I'm on the second half of my life. Yes, that's what I try to do. And that's why, Zed, I try to do my own seeds, because that's why I'm on my 4th and 5th generation of some of my seeds, because now they are truly organic. There's nothing been sprayed on them. That's why you see me when I'm planting in July and August. And my whole purpose behind that is how farmers used to do it. They would train their crops. So I know that if I can grow green beans here, and if I can grow, you know, something else that I can get seeds from, green beans, peas, whatever. And if I can grow them successfully in 105-degree heat, I keep those seeds. The ones that die off, I toss. I don't keep them, I throw them to the side. the ones that can last and make it through the 105, when I plant them again next year in 105, by the third year, they're pretty much indestructible as far as heat and temperature fluctuation goes. So they'll be good from, you know, 50 degrees up to 110 degrees. So that's why I do that, because then I can plant them early, I can plant them late, and I can just continue to roll crops all the time. Like I said, that's why, you know, I'll have another batch of pole beans and bush beans here in about a month, where I can start hopefully seeing buds on those. I'll be planting more, plus the potatoes, and that's how I just keep rolling. I do it in a scientific manner. I do the observation, and then I try to do the repeatability. So I observe how it works, make a couple changes, get it to repeat, do it again. If it does it again, and I can do it again, I know that I nailed it, and I just keep repeating that process. So that's how I do my gardening, is through observation. It's 2 pillars of science: observation, repeatability. If you go look it up, if you remember from 6th and 7th grade science class, you talked about pillars. One was you observe something, and then you try to change it. If you go to a science lab, when they do these, you know, when they make medicines and stuff, what do? They don't just throw a bunch of stuff gobbledygook, you know. They put something in it, they do a test, then they add something to it or take something away, do a test, and they keep doing that until they get it to where they think it works good, and then they can release it. And then they'll make improvements after that. And then they observe what it does, and then they make changes, and then they observe those, and they just keep making the changes for the better. How long can you replant seeds? Well, I mean, if you're asking at how far into the year I can go, I'm going to plant right up until September, October, because I'm going to see how far into the winter, or how far, because Oklahoma, typically you don't get any really freezing weather, where you might get a week or two of cold weather in January and February. But usually October, November, December, you can still have 65, 70 during the day and 45 at night. So I'm going to push it. I'll see how far I can get into the year with those seeds planting. Or if you're asking how long do the seeds last, seeds, if you keep them, can last anywhere between 3 and 5 years, is what I was always told from a kid growing up. And I have some here, I think, that are old and they're not producing at all, so they're going to get tossed, the carrots. I think so. Hopefully that you were asking one or two of those. But my seeds that I take out of the pods for next year will all be planted next year or eaten by next year. So mine won't stick around for 3 or 5 years, because I'll just keep rolling mine over. But anyways, so again, tonight, please watch that video if you want to see me in action as who I am. I have a funny short coming up. And then Friday we have Teacher Kelly tags. And then next Wednesday we have Misty's Pleasures of Life. And then I'm going to do a farm to table cowboy candy tomorrow, I hope. And if nobody saw this earlier, I just came out and harvested earlier. I have my jalapenos and some cucumbers. They're going to get eaten. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing anything Saturday, Sunday. I do have guests, and we have a party here at our house on Saturday, where there's going to be all sorts of shenanigans going on, because it's me and my son and his best friend. And it's in Oklahoma. I have no idea what's going to happen. Should be interesting. But with that said, I'm going to call this, because I just wanted to come on and make some announcements and do a quick update on the garden. And thank you, everybody, for following, subscribing. Please like, subscribe, share my stuff. I really appreciate it, and I'll continue to do that with yours. And like I said, I have my grandson tonight, so I can watch your live if you're on, and I can interact with people tonight. So you guys all have a great day. And like I said, I do have a quick video that I'm going to, a live stream I'm going to do on Okies Hustle at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time here shortly. And that's just going to be a quick one, just talking about a couple things I see on YouTube I wanted to share. I didn't want to wait to do a video on it. I wanted to tell you guys this morning. So you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you later.